Is this the end of the honeymoon phase? Is there a F2P wall once we reach account level 40? And are we really sure that we are getting better drop rates and materials? After 15 days of playing the game, I finally reached level 40 as a free-to-play player. I managed to unlock immediately 3 characters to level 70 following my guidelines roadmap I shared earlier in my 2 guides, one for beginner up to level 30 and the other one from level 35 to 40. And today is my short review of my account progression, my mistakes, what are my goals from now on, and what are the changes once you reach level 40 in terms of grinding, and does it affect my free-to-play experience or not? For the quick account review, let's get rid first of the content progression. So aside from the main story, I have cleared every single NPC side quest I could find so far, and I do have for sure a good chunk of hidden NPC and side quests to discover. About the map exploration, quick disclaimer, I do not want to use any mapping software. I'm old school and enjoy the suffering of exploration, so I'm about 50 up to 70% for each region, and this is what you will get in using only the looped mapper utility tool, because it cannot scan hidden treasures and puzzles, and I have custom marked a lot of puzzles and treasures I did not take the time to complete yet, so I'm still spending about 15 to 20 minutes in my daily routine just focusing on those to get my exploration reward back in town. The one mistake I've made during exploration farming was about not investing in the casket tool earlier maybe, but it won't take me too long to clear this out, there are not too many to farm. So map exploration has been a huge contributor to my progression and my experience and adventures. All the strides, the additional material I managed to collect over the 15 days I've been playing the game, on top of helping me to unlock a lot of my completion rewards in the trophy section, I truly enjoy roaming around to seek any pieces I've left behind while trying to improve my team rotation and skill issues in fighting every enemy on the way. About this, we will talk later about the change in farming small mobs once you max out your databank to level 20, because it is not the dream that anyone sold you so far. Let's keep rolling on to the Pioneer podcast, the equivalent of your monthly battle pass. You can see the bottom is locked, hashtag my F2P life, and same here. I always care to max out the experience limit they gave us each week, so don't forget to check your limit and any mission. I'm at the level 55, and each reward on your way is such a sweet addition, like those free Overload gold decos and credits I'm getting now, especially every bit of credits, because they are going to be a part of the F2P wall when it comes to the extended list of material that becomes a scarcity at that point, and I will develop later on in this video. Now about the event, I have cleared them all, except the realm, where I just did enough to get my 2 free gold decos, and same right now for the alloy smelt event, where I already got my 2 free gold decos reward as well. By the way, if you're struggling with this event with the mechanics, please let me know, I would be happy to do a video about it. Finally, for the content side of the thing, the data bank level 20, the ultimate grail and goal has been reached. I have collected every echo and rarity in the game, but let's not forget that you are still getting some purple up to 20%, and sometimes you are still getting absolutely nothing as well. And now it's time for the juicy part, the character and team building progression so far. So my original F2P goal was to restrain myself from spreading my resources early on and focus on one single team, especially on one DPS only, one main carry DPS. Now something amazing happened in between. All the generous compensation rewards from the production for each and every bug and mistranslation they made. So that truly helped me to stretch my goals out here a little bit and be able to stack material for 3 units instead of 2. So I managed to prepare and stack up all material I needed to level up the hero's rank, weapon, skills, and also to get at least each one a full gold echo set with the main stat only, except for Verina, because her bloody turtle healing bonus somehow never drops, And I'm about 100 runs so far, and that regenerative set is a real curse. Not only for a main active echo, but also just to find out a damn 3 cost energy percent echo. Anyway, so let's kick it off with my characters collection. As you can see, I don't have much. Actually, aside from Jian and Yinling, every character is free to play from the story, or just the free 5-star guaranteed tickets given by the production at launch of the game on the standard banner as Calcaro and Verina. It is important for me to share this as it reflects my F2P roadmap I've been sharing on my 2 guides video early on, in which I did mention for the character standard banners I will only use the freebies and get both Verina and Calcaro and never touch it again. I won't use the free tokens for the standard hero banner, which I did. Hence why I have managed to pull on Jian and his weapon and got lucky to get 1 copy of Yingling on first summon because I did not spread my resources, my strides, in trying to get many units from the standard banners or trying to get a copy of the 5-star heroes either. Anyway, this standard banner is here to stay for long, so you have all the time in the world to come back and pick up a new unit or get a duplicate. Now, where did my standard banner tokens they gave us early in the game went? The answer is in the weapon standard banner, because the lustrous 5 stars weapon is an amazing option for Calcaro, and I am now just a few more tokens from being able to pity 1 duplicate with 1 last summon. To get those, there will be events and also the Pioneer podcast rewards down the line, so I'm patiently waiting and once again not spending a stride here. And furthermore, about my team building progression. So the goal up to 40 account level was simple: restrain myself from gacha addiction and work only on 1 team first, in focusing only on 1 main DPS carry, Calcaro, and prepare all the material needed to level up my main DPS and sub DPS to level 70 right away when I reach the level 40 account. So my first team, I've started with Calcaro, Sanua at the time, this is what I got and found best to match up with Calcaro, and Verina up to level account 35. Now, of course, I have switched out Sanua for Yingling. So currently right now, while I'm still focusing on my first main DPS, which is Calcaro, and can run Calcaro, Yingling, Verina for most of the content, I do have 2 decent team formation for the towers with Calcaro, Sanua, which I will replace for another character coming next to the game. I will speak later about it. And Verina, so this is the first, team, and the second one, I want a more YOLO approach, and for now, I will just try to do it with Jinyan, my built-in Yingling, and my Motefi. And why Motefi? It's only because chain-wise I managed to get many duplicates of him in the process and a decent path of his resonance chain so far. Overall, I must mention that I do enjoy each of those characters I've built, story, background, and playstyle. Except Verina, because that echo set chase start to really drive me nuts. For the quick heroes review and what are my next investments and how I plan to spend my resources on and where I want, let's get started. Here are the 3 units I have saved and stack all the resources before level 40 to be able to pump them up to level 70 right away. So including the weapon level, the skill, and farming the main stats echo I need, not the substats yet, just a good bottom line main stat set for each of them. So they are Calcaro, level 70, hero level, also the weapon. A PD duplicate is coming, as I mentioned to you. This is going to boost his damage for the Lustrios 5-star on the standard banner and his skill tree as well. And for the skills, there is clearly another F2P wall here when it comes to resources you need furthermore after level 70, like these gold material that are supposed to drop in the tacet fields. And so far, I got 0 after over 8 dozen of runs in each of them. I will speak about it later on. So for the skills, to make it simple, I won't invest in any skills that provides me a defensive buff. So it will be a big fat no for this inherent skill that reduces damage taken during his ultimate. I will only invest in the skills and nodes that provides me offensive stats and increase my damage. Why? Because at this point in the game, my main struggle is to kill the enemy within the time window. It's not about dying. And defensive side can be worked out, can be improved in working on my skills and rotation issues, in taking the time to learn each boss attack rotation to better parry and dodge them at the right time. So this is my thought process. After Yingling here, she is level 70, but not her weapon, because I'm going to throw all my astrides to get her signature weapon, which is the best in slot. We covered her, I did a guide, feel free to check this out. So I do have already stacked up most material to level up to 70 for the weapon, if I'm lucky enough to pull it. And for a skill, because she's only a sub DPS in my opinion, as mentioned in my last guide video, and she works perfectly fine right now in boosting either my Karkaro or my cheap Jingyan when I need it, I'm not going to invest yet in any of a skill. And same for eco set. I do have the main stats and ecos that are from my early bad Karkaro build, by the way. And once I will get her weapon, it will be enough with the critical rate of the weapon, just to add up a little bit of damage. But once again, she functions perfectly fine here as a sub DPS with the current stats, ecos, and once I got the weapon at level 70, she will be fine. Now for Verina, I'm so pissed off about the drop curse for a set that I should, but I don't want to unlock her level to 70 yet. I will do it down the line when I really struggle on big boss farming, just to get that free revive on her second inherent skill tree. The one curse and luck I had is I summoned 3 copies total of variation, which not a lot of people are speaking about for Verina, but it's just amazing. It gives her that concerto energy and energy regen boost. And even with the wrong main stats and the low level, she's doing her job enough right now. Next for Jian, as I mentioned, I only intended to build up one main carry DPS, but thanks to the compensation rewards, I stacked up enough to get his level and weapon to 70 while getting a good bottom eco set here with the required main stats and unlocking few of his skill tree. And this is going to help me out to go with the second team here for the tower content, because I haven't been doing so much so far. And I will be using this cheap sub DPS Sanwa, which I built early on in the game, level 60 with a decent weapon, main stat echoes, once again gold, and a bit of skill I have unlocked earlier, and I'm considering working out Montefi if I happen to get 2 more copies to unlock the team attack buff. Otherwise, those 2 are just options. I will keep them at low level investment for now to clear a bit the tower rewards, and I would likely prefer to wait for new units down the line. So to conclude quickly my roster review, I just want to say that except my main units, I've managed to get decent gold ecos main stats set for every unit I own, without focusing my farming in tracking them, just in killing everything on my way to complete my exploration rewards. Also, I am not planning to farm better substats gold echoes at all. This is, in my opinion, a big fat mistake to do, especially you are wasting your time as free-to-play if you are not doing the other way around, in the meaning of completing your exploration and event rewards that, they are 100% sure rewards you can get if you do the job in gathering decent main stat on your way with potential good substats also as well, instead of tracking and farming every time day-long echoes that is likely to get you entitled to prioritize ecomat, because you're gonna want to try to get all the right substats, while you should be instead focusing on character level, weapon, skill material via the exploration at first. And now it's time for a quick talk about if Wuthering Waves remains F2P friendly or not after level 40. I will say that except the main ecos farming, in which you really feel that increase up to 80% drop rate on your gold ecos because there is just one boss, there are some serious concerns about resources. Number 1, even if some rare to get on daily reward basis like the gold eco materials, to compare to other XP materials is still okay if you are keeping yourself focused only on few units and main stat at First, you're going to find quickly that unlocking the level 40 account double some existing gold material drop rate you had before, which is great. But for the new one, like this gold material that is crucial to get the last bit of your skills, after a dozen of runs, I had absolutely nothing. Even worse, before I had more purple drop, and now I'm getting none of those in too many runs for my taste. I'm wondering if anyone has official stats about those, please feel free to share them, or if it's just me that it is absolutely cursed, because so far it feels rigged or inexistent when it comes to the drop rate. And it is going to be very hard to synthesize a gold material if I cannot get the purples. Also, aside from the main eco bosses, the overall number of drops for every mob you kill during your exploration does not feel like any changes at all in my experience. Most of the time, you got nothing as before, or I'm still feeling that 20% of purples a bit too much also as well. So, tracking 1 and 3 stars remain as hard and grindy as before. And the big fat elephant in the room is the huge amount of credits you are going to need to max out one character to level 70. I speak about everything, the weapon, the skills, the character level, about million of credits to cover each segment per character, and this is where I'm feeling the wall right now. In the meaning of, before I did not have to care much about the spending, but now I'm reaching bankruptcy at higher speed. And even with all the generous and regular daily, weekly rewards, it is just impossible to keep up a granular progression as I did prior level 40. But for the good F2P side of the things, I will be arguing that so far, the only salvation for free-to-play are the extra events, like the ongoing double rewards for the training session that you should be drying like a water drop in the desert right now, because you can double up the credit rewards. So as long as the production keep those additional events going on a regular basis, I feel like I definitely can keep up without feeling absolutely frozen on an impossible grind like it happened in too many games, similar games like Genshin Impact for example, and because of the mechanics and gameplay nature of Wuthering Waves that prioritize skill level instead of power creeping releases that you absolutely need to get to the next phases. Now, I'm really curious to hear from you, whether you are F2P or a spender, I don't care. I want to hear from your experience so far and share your progression status with the game, as my channel is all about engaging in conversation within the community with everyone's different experience and opinion. By the way, my name is NATOJI and you can find my regular Wuthering Waves adventures, account progression and content on my channel, some new player guides and also mobile settings guide. Yes, I only play on mobile. That has helped more players than I was expecting, so thank you so much for watching my videos today. Remember to destroy that like button and hit that bell to support the channel, turn on your notification to receive some more, and as usual, I wish you all to be safe, to be well, and until the next, stay tuned everybody.